In Brentwood, after flames tear through part of a high-rise, firefighters use helicopters and ladders to rescue people stranded on balconies. Hello, I'm Amy Johnson in for Sandra Mitchell. That's our top story on KCAL 9 News at noon and streaming on CBSN LA. Here is the latest right now. The fire broke out around 8:30 this morning at Barrington Plaza on Wilshire Boulevard. 8 people are injured, a 3-month-old baby among them. At least one person is in critical condition. The cause of the fire is under investigation, but the fire chief is calling it suspicious. We have live team coverage. KCAL 9's Dave Lopez talked to people who rushed out of the building. But first, we go to Finnstrom, who has been talking to firefighters on the ground. Cara?
Arson investigators are here right now trying to figure out what started this very frightening fire in a 26-story high-rise. Take a look. You can see up there the 6th floor, the scorched area there where this all began. There are arson investigators up there right now looking for evidence and some clues. Now, some of the first calls that came into 911 were that people were jumping from balconies. Fortunately, that did not happen, but take a look. We have some video that shows the rescues that were made by helicopters. They hoisted folks off of the roof earlier here this morning. People who were inside from the 7th floor on up, many of them made their way to the roof and were later taken to the local VA hospital, 15 of them to be checked out for injuries. Now, we know that 8 patients were treated, 2 of them critical condition. Most of them, the rest had smoke inhalation, but some did suffer from burns. And sadly, we heard that there is one 3-month-old that is also being treated. We also have video from earlier this morning, which shows a man out on a ledge. This was one of the people that we understand was considering jumping, and fire crews actually brought out some inflatable mattresses. They put them down around the base of the building. They used a PA system to let everyone know inside that they should not jump, that they were working to get this fire under control. Ultimately, they did that. They were able to contain the fire to that 6th and 7th floor, and everyone, we are told, has now been gotten out of the building, taken to shelters. There are 240 units in this building, so very good news that everyone was safely taken out of the building. Now, at this point, the focus has shifted to an arson investigation. Is this a fire that was intentionally set? And here is what we heard a short while ago during a news conference.
We do have our arson investigators that are on scene. They're working very closely with the LAPD, both of which are the best of the best. They're combing through debris, looking at burn patterns, talking to witnesses to determine exactly what sparked that fire.
Right now, we don't know really if we have an arson or we have an accidental fire. It's very premature at this time. So we do have a lot of assets here. We have about 50 police officers here and detectives. We have specialized detectives from our major crimes division, from our robbery homicide division as well. And all of them are working very closely with LA City arson investigators to determine an origin and if in fact this is a crime or not.
Now, this building, we're giving you another look at it, was built back in 1961. There was another fire here in 2013. And we understand that this building does not have fire sprinklers because of the time in which it was built. It was grandfathered in and is not required to have them. At that news conference, a number of us asked about earlier fire inspections because we also heard things from some of the folks coming out. One person told me that they didn't hear a fire alarm. Another person told me that they couldn't get out of a door. They were actually up on the 7th floor, made their way all the way down to the bottom, but the door that they needed to get out was locked. So these are all things that they will be looking into. They say they, at this point, don't know what the owners of this building have faced as far as, what was found during past inspections. But all of that will be taken a closer look at. And as well, we understand, Sandy, they will be taking a closer look at whether this could possibly be arson, possibly linked to another fire that took place a short while ago, a short while before all of this, about 3 blocks away in a commercial building, also another high-rise, to see whether these could possibly be connected. Amy?
All right, Cara, thank you. Still a lot of questions. And our live team coverage continues now with Dave Lopez, who spoke with several people who escaped the burning building. Dave.
Well, Amy, we're on Wilshire Boulevard. We want to just set the scene for you. For blocks, I'll step out of the way. Just fire truck after fire truck. As it was mentioned, more than 300 firefighters responded to this in a matter of minutes. Helicopters. We'll go to some video, show you what the dramatic rescues were like. The fire chief explained very clearly that they have trained for this type of exercise, rescuing people from rooftops of buildings, but it is very seldom used. What we are seeing, people being rescued from the rooftop, very unusual in the city of Los Angeles, but today it worked to perfection because a number of people were taken off the rooftops away from all of that smoke and the fire. The fire, according to what people have told me, fire officials, started on that 6th floor balcony. They do not know how it started, but they're almost totally convinced that it started on the 6th floor balcony and then spread from there. And then people started running. I talked to a number of people who said that they heard the alarms, they smelled the smoke, they saw the flames. Talked to 2 of them who got out of the building. Here's what they had to tell me. How did you get out?
We went down the staircase. We just got up. It was quite smoky. Yeah, the firefighters were coming up. It was all good, but it was some people were panicking, like coming back up, like going on the other staircases. It was, I mean, a bit intense, but okay.
Were the doors locked at all, or could you get out?
No, we could get out, yeah. The doors were all open. The firefighters were coming up. They were connecting the hoses and spraying water, so it was all good. But
did alarms go off?
yes, the alarms going off.
But no sprinklers?
No sprinklers, no.
Yeah. How are you doing?
Okay. Waiting to get back in. Gonna take a shower. It smells like smoke.
I went out back inside the apartment, look out the window, and I see a bunch of black smoke. And from what I saw, I thought it was on our floor, so I just told her, grab your documents, our stuff, and let's get out. The building is on fire. Our floor is on fire.
Yeah, so how did you just ran out?
So we just ran out, and then we got to the staircase, and it was a bunch of people already going down.
There were a number of other people working in an adjacent building on the bottom floor. They said that they smelled the smoke, saw the fire, and they say they literally panicked because they remember what happened here almost 7 years ago. And they said they heard a number of people trying to get out and screaming and hollering. But again, as you heard the 2 people that talked to me about getting out, it was a little bit of panic, but the doors were open, the firefighters were there, the alarms went off. Again, there were no sprinklers, and there's nothing sinister about that. The owner of the building is not breaking any rules. It's just that because it's such an old building, all of the newer buildings in Los Angeles are required to have the sprinklers, but they call it a grandfather clause, so it would be too cost prohibitive to put in those sprinklers. So that's why this building does not have the sprinkler system. It would have made a big difference, obviously. So again, rescue from the rooftops. People have a lot of stories to tell, and right now they're just waiting to see if they're going to get the clear to go in the building, but I think that's wishful thinking. It'll be a little while before anyone's allowed back in there. For now, reporting live, I'm Dave Lopez. Needless to say, if you're coming down Wilshire Boulevard anywhere in this area, near Barrington, just near the Veterans Hospital, pick another day. Back to you, Amy.
All right, Dave, thank you.